Welcome everyone. I am doing the onboarding thing with a new tool called Around. I'm very excited about this, and they're about to join me in my room, and we're going to try it out. Now, one interesting thing, everybody, is that as soon as they join me in the room, it switched to the other screen. Oh, it switched to the other screen, and then look, they're waving at me. Hi, everybody. Look at all that. If you see here, everybody who is watching this, it's me and Tom, and I didn't get how to pronounce your last name.
Totally fine. Sunetra.
Sumatra. And so they are showing me around, and I don't know why I'm pink and purple, but it's kind of cool. All right. This is the first time this is in. I was on a waiting list for a while, and then they said I could do it. Sorry if I'm doing this with y'all too, but I figure I'll kill lots of birds.
No
All
worries.
right. So this little box can move around, and then my little head was by itself for a little while, and then when I invited them on here, their little heads came on. Okay, take it away.
Amazing. So basically, let's set up a better vibe that fits all of us. So by pressing F like filter, you would be able to change that. Try it out. Amazing. So feel
Oh,
free
I am
to
not
choose
good
the
in
one you
pretty
like.
in pink. Oh, look, there's just my pale color. You got an orange? I'm an orange chick. All right, pink and orange. I like that. And now we look all rainbowy. Tom, you're looking a little green.
Yes.
All right.
Amazing. Another thing you can do is if you would hover over your window, you can see the rainbow button. Through that, you're also able to change the filters. And then above that, there is a menu button. So if you would click on that, you can see different reactions that you can use, for example, for situations when you want to exactly say hi, or you want to, highlight someone else's thoughts, or for example, you want to raise hand. If you would try that out,
All right, I'm going to raise my hand. Oh,
perfect. You can also see the ordering of the hands there.
oh, so yeah. Tom, I got it up before you did.
Who, when you have especially a call with multiple people who raise the hand first, then you can give them space.
For sure, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Another thing that is super nice here is the chat bubble icon. So if you would click on that,
The
you would be able
what?
to. Mhm. It's basically a chat bubble icon that's next to the wave reaction.
Okay. Oh, I get it. Okay. The chat bubble icon.
Mhm.
Got it.
Exactly. Perfect.
Perfect. And where did my chat bubble go?
You
Oh,
should see a
verb.
tiny
Got it.
line.
All right. So chat bubbles. And so I should be able to choose things in there.
You would be able to share a link or, for example, a short message or, for example, also a status. It would stay there until you would close it. You can also press T as text. That might be easier. It's basically a shortcut.
Yeah.
And start writing.
Oh, I see. It's inside that little rainbow thing.
Yes.
I see. I got it. Because it's my rainbow thing is black, and then the text space is black. So it just looked like there was a little blip on my computer.
Yeah, this is actually a good feedback. Thanks a lot for that. Another thing. So if
I
you
gotta
would look
fix
at the
my
top of the
face. What is
window,
happening with my face here? Here we go.
no worries. If you would look at the top of the window, there is a toggle bar. So there is a floating mode, campfire mode, screen sharing, notes, and file sharing.
Oh,
So
look at us
for
in
now, let's get
campfire mode. We're so cute and all round.
awesome.
That's cool. So how
Okay,
many
so one
people
more
at once
thing.
can do
Uh-huh.
this?
Up to 30 people.
30?
And let me also showcase you how it looks like when we do have more people within the call. So you'll be able to basically see that. So you can also imagine how it looks like to have more attendees. It's great for roundtable discussions. Is it something that you think you would use, Beth?
Yeah, I'm not your target market because I'm
Hmm.
basically a journalist who talks about technology. I don't have a team. I have a manager and an accountant and things, but we wouldn't use this. But the people I'm working with, I've got my nerd herd because I'm your nerdy best friend. Get it? The nerd. The people who follow me might use these kind of things for remote working. And I normally I don't even do demos, but I was very interested in this.
That's amazing and really nice to hear that. So thanks a lot for that. Perfect. Another thing I was mentioning was the notes. So let's get into the notes section. Let me know if you can see that.
I see the notes.
Perfect. So this is actually a super cool feature because you are able to collaborate here on the text with more people. And let me share here something here. Yeah, perfect. So this is how it works. And the strength of this is that after the meeting would end, everyone who was participating within this call would receive the notes into their mailboxes. So that's super nice. Plus, you would also see all the participants as names within the email. So yeah.
All right, now I'm just
Perfect.
there we go. All right.
Love it.
Now, can you change the background because
Awesome.
the black is hard with the characters. I can't see any of the. I can see them like that. The bold italics. Can you change the background of the thingy?
Of the notes?
So you can't.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's a
that's
great
actually
point,
interesting
actually.
feedback.
Yeah, thanks for raising it up. This is something I think this is the first time we're hearing that, but it's definitely
Yes.
a good point for legibility.
Yeah. So let me show you. Let me show you what it looks like. Let's see. Can y'all see? I
Yep.
can't see the. Y'all are seeing the same thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I were like trying to do a meeting and I was going to do the x to the second power, take me a while.
Okay.
Really good feedback. Thanks a lot for that.
All
Perfect.
right.
So you were already mentioning that the campfire mode might not be maybe your thing. However, let's get into the floating mode because I believe that might be great for these collaboration sessions that you do have in less people. Awesome. So I was wondering what collaboration tools do you use? If, for example, Jira, Figma, Miro, is it something you are familiar with?
Again, taking notes. I'm just seeing if my eCam works with it, and it works fine. See,
No
look,
worries.
volunteer. Yay! Again, I'm not your typical client because I'm not working with any of those things. I just tell people about things. And I think I saw y'all on Product Hunt, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah. So I saw you on Product Hunt and I was like, this is very interesting. I also like the facial tracking thing. Now, how does that work?
Yep. It's already working. So if you would move
Oh.
very slowly to the left or to the right.
Oh, hey, for those of you at home, did y'all see that? You know how, like, when you're doing bad things, like looking at people down here, oh, maybe not that much, but it tries to adjust and get your face there. And if you're off center, like here I am over here, it says, oh, Beth, go back. See, look at Tom. We're making everybody seasick. But that's the facial tracking stuff. And another thing, could y'all pound on a table? Is that going to help with the sound reduction stuff?
Yeah, so basically we do have the noise suppression here. So let me maybe showcase you how does that work. I will now turn it off and you can see in my hand a trail mix, right? And you will also hear it.
Hearing the trail mix, totally.
And
A little hungry.
And now let me turn it back to normal. So the noise suppression level is on and you should hear it way less now.
Now that I like. So there's a new, I don't think it's new. I think I just discovered it called Crisp.ai. Does the same thing, KRISP, but that's a separate microphone you have to install. And this is all in here.
Exactly.
Oh, look at you with your fast thumb up. That's fantastic.
One more thing I would like to share with you is the floating mode because I believe that's really cool.
Which one? What one?
And I will. It's the floating mode. So let's switch
mode.
into that. Perfect. And I will share with you the link to the Google Docs, and let's check how does that work if we would be collaborating all together.
Oh, I got it. Oh, so you stay there. Look at our little heads. We're very crisp. Very nice.
Yeah,
I'm a
so
little
mhm.
too focused in. Maybe I should put myself back. Oh, that's interesting. So I have this split screen thing because I'm showing this other camera. And as soon as I put the split screen on, it cut off the part that wasn't and it focused on my face. Should have done my hair better. Y'all see that? All right, cool. So you can do Google Docs from inside very quickly and getting us all, and it shifts, it brings it all up, and we stay where we are as floating heads.
Exactly. It's basically an overlay idea of a round. So you can work with whatever tools there are on the market, and it's super easy to really focus on the work instead of on each other's videos all the time. So this is the idea behind it.
All right, perfect. So y'all are still in beta?
Yes.
Okay, and when are you launching?
Don't mind have maybe more information regarding that, so feel free to
Yeah,
share
so
that.
definitely right now we're learning a lot from early users, just like you. And again, anybody can sign up on our website and get early access. We're inviting people in batches. And as soon as we feel like we get it, we're definitely planning to open it up a little bit more. So anybody who wants to use Around right now can sign up on the website, and we'll try to process it as soon as possible.
So where are y'all based?
We're in San Francisco Bay Area.
And how much are you going to be?
So the pricing model is still TBD. That's still something we're working out, and it also depends on the feedback we're getting. So again, we're right now in this learning mode, trying to really understand how people use it and get as most feedback as possible. And they will also determine answers to a lot of these questions.
And what kind of other feedback have you gotten?
All over the place. Definitely, we're getting a lot of feedback on how people are using it in terms of the tools they're using it with. And also, we're trying to understand how the whole platform scales to the teams and things like that. Yeah.
So how does it integrate with Slack?
What you can do in Slack is type /around command, and it creates an instant meeting inside of Slack. And anybody can join it, and actually shows like the little faces, who is in the call, and so on. We also support the call button that you have in Slack, the one that's on the top of each user. So instead of using Slack calls, you can use Around calls. And we're also thinking about a few more integrations down the road that could really improve the overall experience.
All right. Can you screen share in this?
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
All right. So let me, all right. Select a window to share. All right. Okay. I got it. I got to give Around some permissions, so I won't do that. I like floating mode. I like y'all just being in the area. So it always stays on top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But can you change that as well?
So right now, this is a fixed setting, but if you want, you can go to campfire mode, and it will actually background the window.
And is this something you envision people leaving on all day, or is this something you envision that people will just do it when they need a meeting?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. The way we see it is that this is for these like quick, snappy collaborative meetings. And obviously they can sometimes last 5 minutes, sometimes they can go for hours. But it's more about these action dynamic meetings.
And I like the fact that unlike Zoom, when you have multiple Zoom people in the same room, there's the feedback. So I don't think I started the recording by then, but you could have multiple people in one room all doing this, And rather than having one conference room with people with their necks craning down the way and trying to see and that kind of thing, because everybody could have their own face.
That's correct. And especially, that's one of the technologies we have as well. It's called Ecoterminator. And you can have hybrid meetings with around as well. And the way it works is that some people can be in a meeting room and then they all open the laptop. All these laptops actually connect together, and sound goes out of all these laptops. And also all these microphones from all these laptops connect together. So you don't actually need like the expensive hardware in the meeting room with the camera that always shows just all the people at the same time. It basically cuts everybody out and everybody gets a little circle.
So I know the pricing is TBD, but is it in the $100 a month area? Is it in the $1,000 a month? Is it in the $10 a month area? Like,
I would say that we're looking at it from a very competitive angle to what's currently on the market.
So I have Zoom for the basic pro level of Zoom is $129 a year. Is that anywhere in the world where y'all are?
I can't say like exact specifics of like
Right.
where it's going to land, but you can imagine that we're definitely looking at other and at how other software is priced, and we're trying to figure out like how to stay competitive.
Where you fit. Who's your biggest competitor?
That's a really good question. You tell us how you see it yourself.
Teams has really made a huge impact. Slack itself has some integration tools in there. The cool thing about y'all is that it's a cool thing about y'all. It looks different. It feels different. I'm green. Like, you've got some neat user interfaces, but Teams is so huge and it has so many integrations. Slack, even though you're going to be an integration in there, so unless you have, I would look at them being your biggest competitors and their pricing levels being your biggest competitors. Plus, you're an intimate group, right? You're 30 people versus something that would have 1,000 people or 500, 100 people, which is where I live most of the time because I give presentations. So that's not a real Zoom competitor, WebEx and blah, blah. Sorry, I didn't mean to make the face. But those, I think, as common as those are going to be your biggest competitors because they're the lowest common denominator that people will buy. They're just like, okay, we just got the pro version of this. It's good. We're good. This, they're going to have to take a leap and want something different. And is it a small company who wants all the little faces? Is it a nonprofit who has a board? Will the board members be little circles that are green? So
that's actually a good point. Yeah. Let me add a little bit to that. So the way we see people using around is exactly for these like collaborative meetings. You and your closest coworker, you and your co-founder, people you work like on daily basis, multiple times a day, oftentimes, and people who you go over over designs, over maybe Google Docs, Dropbox papers, and things like that, and you discuss things, you collaborate on top of these things. I would say it's, yes, you can use it for larger meetings as well, but probably the best use case for around is really to invite your closest people and get these snappy sessions up and running.
I think this is fascinating. I think it's innovative. I think we are so tired of being in these little squares that we can't stand it. We've been the Brady Bunch for 9 months, and we're all looking for something different. We're boring ourselves to death.
And actually, to your question about what kind of feedback we're getting from users, one of the big feedbacks we're getting from users is that it reduces camera fatigue because you are in these smaller circles. Maybe you have the filter on and so on, so you don't focus that much, first of all, on yourself and others. It's more really about getting stuff done, I would say. So that's probably like the biggest feedback that we're getting right now, that people just feel better after the calls.
I would see that. And actually, I have a use for it because I have a group of speaker friends and we get together to do Pomodoros. Do you know what a Pomodoro is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So we get together to do Pomodoros and be accountable. And we all leave our screen on in Zoom and we just work. So instead, I'm going to offer them this.
Awesome.
But wait
Sounds
a
amazing.
minute. If they don't have an account yet, can I bring people in who don't have an account?
Yes, you can invite anybody as a guest, and they can either join through the browser, or they can download the app and join through the app as well, even without an account, if you have a meeting set up. So they can basically just directly join your meeting that you have set up previously. Or basically you can just invite them with your invite code, and they can set up their own account and get on the platform.
How many people have you onboarded?
We just started with this face-to-face onboarding, so it's really been running just for the last few weeks. But before that, we have onboarded already like a pretty solid amount that is giving us enough information to keep tweaking the product.
Cool. I'm going to use it this afternoon with a fellow nerd who wants to know
Awesome.
about all my
Awesome.
little, how I've set up all this stuff. So I'm going to give him the invite. This is awesome. I really appreciate your time today, and thank you for letting me record it so that I can share it with people and tell them how obnoxious I am in asking questions.
Awesome.
Amazing. Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much for your time.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
too.